is Oklahoma local Richard Henderson, who's out on his first storm chase. He captures the small vortices of the tornado as it touches down, although he doesn't have much time since the tornado is heading right towards him. Richard flees to the east, narrowly escaping the tornado. A mile away are storm chasers Brett Wright and Brandon Sullivan. Unlike Richard, these two have years of storm chasing experience. After recording the start of the tornado, they realize they're directly in the tornado's path, so they begin their escape south, away from the tornado. They leave early enough to evade the extremely strong core. However, the tornado is much larger than it appears. To the south of the core are powerful, invisible winds surrounding the tornado, blowing debris onto the road. Brett struggles in the debris-filled crosswinds before a hay bale is blown into them. Fortunately, Brett and Brandon survive the encounter. However, the tornado is marching towards dozens of other chasers, and it's only getting stronger. To the north of the tornado, a line of chasers frantically drive east, alongside the circulation. In the rear of the pack is Team Dominator, led by the legendary storm chaser Reed Timmer. His passenger records the monster tornado to their southeast. From their position, you can clearly see the outline of the massive tornado, despite it being wrapped in rain. Also, the tornado has immensely grown in size, and so have the subvortices at the core. No chaser, not even a tornado tank like the Dominator, is able to survive a hit from one of these powerful subvortices. In front of Team Dominator are the taillights of another notable storm-chasing team, Twistex. Inside the Twistex vehicle are three chasers, father and son, Tim and Paul Samaras, and longtime team member Carl Young. Twistex is positioned extremely close to the tornado, since they are chasing with the goal of deploying a probe inside of the tornado. The line of storm chasers continue east until Team Dominator is stopped by power lines blocking the road. Right around the same time, Team Twistex realizes they're in danger, so they turn north away from the tornado. Henderson continues east, tracking alongside the tornado, likely unaware of how much danger he was in. At the same time, Mike Bettis is live reporting back to the Weather Channel.
Guys, that's it. Right there. Look at that monster. This is a huge tornado.
He realizes they don't have a lot of time since the tornado is getting closer by the second.
This thing is moving relatively slowly. We could be putting ourselves in a dangerous position here. We may actually quickly try to get in our cars and get south of this. I think we have to go now in order to stay ahead of this and not get run over by it.
Mike then makes the call to escape the tornado by going south on Highway 81. This is a huge mistake. As the Weather Channel crew frantically drives south, the tornado grows in size while also accelerating. The combination of growth and increased forward speed means that the tornado is effectively moving towards them at over 80 miles per hour. They have no chance of escape. Within minutes, the Weather Channel vehicle is at the core of the circulation.
Hold on, brothers. Hold on. Everybody duck, go, go, go. Just keep going if you can. Keep going if you can. Everybody duck down. Everybody duck down.
Their car is rolled 100 yards into the adjacent field. Somehow, everyone survives. But as the tornado barrels onwards, others would not be as fortunate. Immediately after striking the Weather Channel crew, the tornado turns north towards Richard Henderson, who's still driving east. Richard is caught in the violent core. His vehicle is thrown into the nearby field and is crumpled. Tragically, Richard does not survive. As the tornado is impacting Richard, it reaches a peak width of 2.6 miles wide, making it the widest tornado in recorded history. Meanwhile, to the north, Team Twistex and another chaser, Dan Robinson, are frantically driving east on Reuter Road. They are now driving through the outer bands of the circulation. As the core of the tornado approaches Twistex, the winds momentarily subside, and Tim becomes aware of the dire situation. Moments later, their vehicle is directly impacted. Their vehicle is tossed a third of a mile to the east. Tim, Paul, and Carl do not survive. A mile to the east, Dan Robinson abandons his car on the side of the road and takes cover in a ditch. Robinson narrowly escapes the violent core of the tornado that killed Twist-X. Bruised and scraped, Dan gets back in his vehicle and flees south away from the monster storm. Soon after, the tornado terror would come to an end.